Folks, this delay might be a good one because me and Youngblood were working on trying to make this experience so much better for you. So I'm hoping that we solved that situation a little bit. And I thank you so very kindly for your patience. Welcome to Vinyl Junkies. I just got to see, and there we are. Look at that. We're on and everything. This is freaking awesome. Folks, we are going to do good things today. You know why? Because today is day 71. That's enough of a reason. We're going to do a good show. Can I tell you something? If my numbers are right and my memory is right, today is Sun Ra's 106th birthday. Like if he was born right now, he'd be 106. 106, I think. 1914? Yeah, 106. He was born in 1914. So we're going to start there, and we're going to go all over the fucking world from there. It's going to be a good day, I promise. I'm feeling good. I'm not grumpy. I'm not grumpy at anything. I'm completely sober right now. I have no whiskey. I haven't taken my magic little pill. Nothing. And I'm still in a good mood. There must be something glorious in the air. It might be Friday or something. Happy birthday, Sun Ra. We got plenty of Sun Ra on the record in the store, VJVinylJunkies.store. I know that a lot of you don't know how to buy Sun Ra. So what I thought I would do is I'd concentrate on just one record, this one right here, and I'll play you side one. 3 shorter tracks, and you'll at least know what Sun Ra sounds like from this particular album, which is what Outer Spaceways Incorporated, I think it's called. This was recorded in New York City, 1968. For all of you jazz bows, happy birthday, Sun Ra. Love all of you. Let's have some fun. Like this show, bitch. Do it. Let's do it. How about that? Right? Folks, I'm pretty sure this is... Yeah. Wait a second. Now it's going into the next song. We don't want that. All right. You see? I have a feeling that Mr. Sun Ra would be very pleased if he knew that we were playing his records backwards. He'd enjoy it. I'm almost sure of it. How does the volume sound? Are we doing everything okay? At the top of my vinyl pressings, we're gonna talk, by the way, about vinyl pressings. That's coming. I'm just trying to make sure that I've got the sounds right. If you can please let me know. Oh, for fuck's sake, please tell me it didn't go to normal. Okay, good. It's still on ultra low latency, so we don't have any delay. If you can just, confirm that it sounds okay, then we're pretty much ready to go. It's maybe not the best idea to try to fix things right before the show, but you see, but Janice has the idea. The volume is a touch low, no problem, buddy. That's exactly what it is that I need to know. The volume to everything is a touch low, or just the volume to the microphone? Because, yeah, that makes a difference. You tell me, okay? Mic is high enough. Okay, what is it? It's the music itself that's not high enough? We'll get this worked out, you know. Music is slightly low. Thank you, sir. We're going to fix that immediately, and I appreciate your humble patience. I mean, where the fuck are you guys going to go anyway, right? We're going to get it done. I just changed some settings around, so it's last-minute scramble. But you guys know, I start late, I finish late. I'm going to give you your show. That's the way I do this. I like giving you the show. You understand? Give it to me, Sam. Give it to me. I'll give it to you, baby. I'll give it to you slow, fast. I'll fucking gut punch you while I'm giving it to you. I'll gut punch you. How's that? Hey? All right. Listen, we got some good people in this group. They do good things and acts of random kindness. As a matter of fact, some of these acts of random kindness are so random that I don't even know about it until it comes. And even when it comes, I don't even realize where it came from. But I do a little bit of investigating, and then I think I find out. And I want you to know, buddy, very, very surprised. I'm very happy to be playing it for you. We're going to play Sun Ra right after, though. We got to play at least a few Sun Ras. I got to crack open this beer. I got to smoke this joint. I got to take a mint. I got things to do, too. So, my whole life, I've had people tell me,
I was a rebel from the day I left school. Grew my hair long and broke all the rules. I'd sit and listen to my records all day, with big ambitions of when I could play. My parents taught me what life was about, so I grew up the type they warned me about. They said my friends were just an unruly mob, and I should get a haircut and get a real job. Get a haircut and get a real job. Clean your act up and don't be a slob. Get it together like your big brother Bob. Why don't you get a haircut and get a real job? I even tried that 9-to-5 scene. I told myself that it was all a bad dream. I found a band and some good songs to play. Now I party all night, I sleep all day. I met this chick, she was my #1 fan. She took me home to meet her mommy and dad. They took one look at me and said, oh my God, get a haircut and
get a real job. Get a haircut, get a real job.
Clean your act up and
don't be a slob.
Get it together like your big brother Bob. Why don't you get a haircut and
get a real job? Get a real job.
richer than my big brother Bob, but he's got a haircut and he's got a real job. Get a haircut and get a real job. Clean your act up and don't be a slob. Get it together like your big brother Bob. Why don't you get a haircut and
Get a real job! Get a real job!
why don't you get a real job? Get a real job. Why don't you get a real
Yeah. It's almost like that George Thorogood was in my house. He somehow seemed to know what it was like. Sam, why don't you be respectable? You're not respectable, Sam. You're not respectable. Cut your hair, because I had hair down to my ass. Cut your hair, Sam. Get a real job. Come on, Sam. Look at your cousin Santo. He's fucking boring. He listens to music a year and a half after it becomes popular because he wants to make absolutely certain that his music will get him accepted. He doesn't think at all for himself, but wow, what a beautiful drone he makes. Why don't you become just like him? You can just invest your entire life into a career that'll make you $100,000 and earn you 2 vacations a year. You'll be fucking miserable for the rest of your life. Why don't you get a real job, Sam? See, so what it is that I did is I said, fuck that. I had to, because getting a real job nearly caused me to kill myself because I hated it. So, can I tell you something? Don't ever listen to anybody that tells you to do something that doesn't make sense to you. You can be smart and not go to school. You can succeed and not have to go through university and that indentured servitude that they call university that lands you hundreds of thousands of dollars in debt so that you're paying off your debts into your 40s. That's not the American way. It's called slavery. So what I'm saying is fuck the system sometimes. Do your way. Work hard, baby. Work hard. Grind. Johnny Campbell's with us. God damn. Now I'm happy. Johnny Campbell's with me. Whenever Johnny Campbell is here, I'm happy. I like all of you. You guys are on vacation, right? Memorial Day? Is that it? Did I get it right? It's day. Is that right? Yes, it is. My American friends. You remember Dr. You remember Dr. You don't remember Dr. right? Well, I'm here to remind you of all the important things in life. Kabish. We are having a good time is what it is that I'm saying. What it is that I'm saying is that I didn't get a haircut. And I didn't get a real job. Well, I did get a real job, but it nearly killed me. So what it is that I had to do in order to succeed is grow my hair out and be a bum. That's what I needed to do to succeed. I was better at it. I was better at smoking pot and listening to music and telling stories and creating community. It's not the stream to success. But it's what I had to do, you understand? I got a haircut, I went bald. It doesn't matter, the hair started growing out of my face instead. And I used to have to shave it all the time. I used to fucking run this blade across it, bleeding everywhere. Fucking razor burn, bumps, all sorts of shit. I hated doing it the entire time. Clean shaven, can't stand it. And then I stopped. And I slowly started getting happier. So this beard, this dirty beard. Do you know that there's people who don't want to get close to me in the Italian community, as a matter of fact? People that I know. They don't want to get close to me. You know, like here, Italians, you kiss each other on both cheeks. It's one of these things. Even Frenchmen's. Okay, it's a Quebec thing too. You kiss each other on both cheeks. Nobody wants to kiss me. They're scared of my beard. They're scared of all the fucking lice that I have in my beard. They're scared that my beard is dirty. You don't understand how fucking grateful I am to my beard because I never have to kiss any of these fucking losers again. You know how happy I am I have a beard? All those people, anybody that I have to two-cheek kiss, I don't know you well enough, bitch. If I'm two-cheek kissing you, it's because I don't know you. So I'm happy that you don't want to kiss me anymore because I think I'm dirty. As a matter of fact, I hope you think I'm so dirty that you never come within my fucking vicinity again because I can't stand your face. If I knew that growing a beard is what it took for you to stay away from me, I would have grown it fucking ages ago. I would have started growing it at 6. But you learn. You learn. Kavish? Do what's right for you. Follow your voice, that inside voice. Get a haircut, get a real job, fuck 'em. How's that? Fuck 'em. Listen to a little bit of Sun Ra. Let that shit into your spirit. Have a beer, smoke a joint. See where that leads you. You know what's going to happen? You know that stirring that's happening in your brain and in your heart and in your balls? You know what that is? It's called your inner spirit waking up. Those are the real parts of you. They're waking up. Now that they're awake, just go with it. See where it takes you. I promise it'll take you to magical things. Don't listen to the box. Never fucking listen to the box. Can you imagine what the world would be like if Sun Ra listened to the box? Right? Sun Ra didn't listen to the box. I don't have copper blue, Scott Hurst. You're hurting me. I fucking love copper blue. More Sun Ra. Happy birthday, 106. He would have been 106. He never listened to anybody. Ever. People are still listening. He must have been doing something right. Didn't get a haircut. I can play some. Nice. Thank you. Sun Ra. Hey, there's someone who never got a haircut. Imagine that. He managed to do okay. We can definitely play some NWA. Dennis Schultz. I got only that one record. However, I can play 100 Miles in Running. Or do you want the nasty stuff? The nasty stuff gets misogynistic and stupid. So, we say it with a grain of salt. The songs are great, though. But I say it because I'm not misogynistic. Doesn't mean I don't like the music. I like the music. It's just I have to look beyond it. So, NWA. Do we go with dirty NWA or do we go with cleaner dirty NWA? Because there's no real clean NWA. All right? I want to know if we're good. Where the fuck is he? Scott Hurst. I don't have any Praxis. Dude, you got to know the Praxis is not easy to find. I want deeper P-Funk. Okay, so I can play you Flashlight, but everyone knows Flashlight, and you know Flashlight. So I've had a song on my mind for a good while. It's a nice long one, too. All right? So I would play that for you if you're all right by it. So before we go there, we're going to listen to Delvon Lamar Trio. Some organ funk. This is the shit. Coal Mine Records is the shit. We will talk about quality control with records. I know that I did bring it up. I'd certainly like to hear your experiences with new vinyl. The reason it is that this topic came up is because one of our own bought some records from the Vinyl Junkies store and found some of them warped and was asking about that. And what it is that I answered him is, dude, there's a whole lot of new records that are going to come to you warped. They're fucking warped right out of the package. I wish it wasn't true, and I wish I wasn't bullshitting you. I mean, I wish I was bullshitting you, but it's not. It's, this is not something that happens along the way. I've spent over 2 years studying the quality of new records, so I would say that I know a lot about it. Actually, as Nelson comes in, who says hello, Nelson's one of the people that scored these records for QC with me over the last 2 years, as is Keith Cowell, if he shows up. Okay, so we've scored well over 1,000 records. I'm pretty confident we've narrowed a lot of stuff down, and I'd be more than happy to share our experiences with you. But what it is that I want to know is, you guys buy new records, right? When you buy new records, what are your experiences? From a quality control perspective, what have you noticed? Are you generally satisfied, generally dissatisfied? Is there a difference from older records? Let's start the conversation. I'll take calls when it's appropriate. I'd like to hear from you. But sounds like a good conversation to have. We're going to have fun tonight, folks. What is it, Friday or something? God damn. We might have to start talking about maybe doing a midnight show. We got only $10 on the board, though. You guys, we're going to have to do better than that. And we don't have to do a Friday show. I'm just saying there's a possibility. Fucking Bustan closed at midnight today. I can even go get a Bustan in between. There's all kinds of shits I can do. Let's listen to music for now. You guys rule my world, you understand? You know what it meant thinking outside the box? It meant just focusing on you guys. That's what it meant. It meant doing exactly what's in my heart, attracting people who understand it, respect it, and support it, and then focusing your attention solely on those people, because the rest don't matter. So, you guys are the equivalent of me not cutting my hair and getting a real job. You guys are the ones that are showing me that it could be done. Guess what? It could be done. Kabish! Let's have some fucking fun. What about it? Is that good or what? God damn, yes, correct. All of you caught that little riff, right? Everybody, right away, as soon as that riff came down, God damn, David Bowie! God damn! That's right. Man who sold the world. Folks, I like selling records. You know what I like more than selling records? I like playing records that make me happy. That's how I sell records. I play shit that moves me. And if it moves me, I figure it moves you too. You can't put it on. This'll never be about money. That's another thing. You gotta fit inside the box. Everything in your life has to fucking count around money. People think money is... Nah. Start investing in other banks. Start investing in the Goodwill Bank. Start investing in the bank of your conscience. Start investing in the bank of doing right by others. Start investing in the bank of community. You'd be amazed at how much those banks... If you fill those banks up to the brim, you'd be fucking amazed at what happens to the quality of your life. If you're one of those guys that needs to count all the beans, you're doing it wrong. That's the box. Fuck that box. Capiche? Now, we're going to get into the whole warping thing, and I'm going to take some time to answer your questions. Okay, let's start with the question of warping. The first question that I get is... let's see, what is it? Dennis Schultz asks, can warping be due to transport, storage, and the heat? Good question, Dennis. Let me answer your question. The answer is, when I started this entire thing, I would invite, well, Keith Cowell's not here. Go get Keith Cowell. He's got a ton of experience at this too. But Nelson's my other guy, Chicharoni. I don't know if he agrees with me and his thoughts, his initial thoughts when we embarked upon this QC scoring project that we did, but my initial suspicion when I bought new records is that the issues with warping were because they weren't being packaged properly. Whole bunch of reasons. Maybe because they get stacked, because if records get stacked too long is the answer though, too long. If records get stacked too long, especially if they're in heat, they're going to warp. Because what happens is the center label stays where it is, but the rest of them kind of go... So you start seeing bowling and that kind of thing. Okay? I thought that might be something that happens in the trucks. Turns out, for the most part, that's not the case. After having scored well over myself, scored over 600 records over the last 2 years, over 600 records probably. New records. This is not the used stuff. This is just new records. I have scored that many based on 10 different points. What it is that I've noticed when it comes to the warping is, you know what? You take a look, the records that are warped almost always come from the same place. Most of the warps, what it is that I've determined according to my experience, and I'm not saying that I'm right, but what it is that I've determined according to my experience is that most of the warping happens straight out of the factory. And the reason that happens is because everyone's so fucking rushed to put out records. Everybody, the next job always has to go out. Okay? My suspicion is that vinyl became such a hot thing. The bottleneck became completely full. You remember a few years ago when we used to complain about, oh, you can't get new records because new records take 6 months to come out, like 9 months, they hold on to my money and they haven't released. Yeah, that's because vinyl takes time to press. Okay? And because of this vinyl resurgence, everyone that's concerned with pressing vinyl is so fucking rushed to make sure that they can take as much as they can take, as much business as they can take, as many projects as they can take, and they're so worried about losing those projects that they cut corners. You know why? Because they put the priority on getting the job done on time versus getting the job done properly. This happens a lot in the video game industry also. They put out these games, they got tons of bugs. This doesn't work, that doesn't work. They don't give a shit. You know why they don't give a shit? They put out the games, companies like Rockstar Games, they put out the games. They sell you $1 billion worth of video games in the first month. Those video games don't work. They got all kinds of bugs. You know why? Because they know that they can issue patches later and they can fix it after the fact. But what they got to do is they got to make sure that they got to make sure that they meet their street date, even if the product's not done right. Because if you miss your street date, you're going to miss sales. And the entire industry is about meeting goals, deadlines. That's what it's about. You know what happens? What happens if a project gets delayed and there's no time and you can't meet the deadline? Well, you see, what happens is the person who presses the records doesn't want to lose the customer because it's business. Obviously, that's why everybody keeps their doors open, right? So what they wind up doing is they wind up rushing the entire thing, and you get bad records because of it. So after a while that it became like this, that the demand for vinyl greatly outstripped the supply chain, quality control started dropping. So getting warped records became a regular fucking thing. Regular. Especially before the new machines came in. Okay? There was kind of like the vinyl revival brought in a whole bunch of new players. So new people who are building new vinyl pressing machines, new everything. Well, lacquer, okay, that's not the case. But all this is to say that once that bottleneck stopped, the new normal was making sure that everything gets delivered on time, meeting deadlines. Would you sell a car without wheels? Would you sell a car with poor alignment? See, if you make that analogy with vinyl, the answer is yes, they would sell it. That's why you're getting warped records. Want to know what a lot of that is? The record as it comes off, right? It's a puck. It's a puck, right? It's vinyl. It's plastic. That puck gets fucking squeezed. It becomes a record. That record, when something's melted, it needs to dry, right? That record needs to dry properly. It needs time to cool off. Because if not, the plastic will not dry properly. It will not dry flat. So what you need to do is you need to give it enough time to dry properly. You got to give the record enough time so that it stays flat. When it is that you're getting warped records, it's because the quality control that's happening at those plants, most of the time, the quality control that's happening at those plants is not good. So what it is that I'm telling you is, I hate to break it to you, all of you that are new to vinyl or might be buying new vinyl, folks, you can go straight to the store, you can buy a record that's brand new and it's going to be warped. The answer to that, you know what it is? Make sure you know who your labels are. Because certain labels work with certain pressing plants. Make sure you know who your pressing plants are, because certain pressing plants do it well and take the time, and other pressing plants don't. Okay? So, let me be the prick. The pressing plants that are not getting it right is Erica, Rainbow, and United. They suck. Doesn't mean that they're going to suck forever, but the records that come from there, the chances of getting a bad record from there are much higher than getting a bad record from Quality Record Press. When you're talking about Third Man Records, once they opened up their pressing plants, the quality of their records jumped up exponentially because they did it right, because they cared. Before that, they used to have their records, some of them, pressed at United. So whenever it is that you look at those old Third Man Records, 2012, 2013, before it is that Third Man Records started doing it for themselves, you're going to see that the quality of the records is not the same. The quality of the records lesser. So, I hate to tell it to you folks, as somebody who sells you records, I'd rather sell them to you with the truth. I don't want to lie to you. Most of the time, exactly like Nelson said, He is 1,000% right, and he's scored hundreds of records over the years, hundreds of records. So he knows. And Keith will tell you the same thing, and I'll tell you the same thing. A lot of the time, the records are warped because they came out of the factory that way. They sold you a bum record. Well, the record industry sucks. Yep, the record industry sucks. Has the issue gotten better? The issue's gotten better. But there are still a lot of those records that were pressed in 2015 and 2013 before the next generation came in and started with newer machines. People started paying. It's gotten better, but it's still an issue. Know where you're getting your records from. So I'll stop there. If you have any questions, I'll take the time to answer the questions, maybe take a few calls later on. Do you appreciate this kind of broadcasting? If you do, then consider supporting it. Why? Because I'm working. Yeah, it's on YouTube. Yeah, you can watch it for free. Most of the people here aren't watching it for free. They're patrons. They understand that in order for something to go on, you got to value it and you got to support it. So you know what? Let's say I do only one show a day and I do it every single day. The show lasts 3 hours. Right? That's 90 hours of original programming minimum. All of you know that it's way more than that. For $2 a month or $5 a month, I'll give you at least 100 hours of programming live every day. Is it worth it? Or should you just get it for free? Depends on what type of a person you are. If you understand that someone's got to support it or nobody gets it, then you're going to become a patron. And you understand what community is, and you understand the idea of potluck. Potluck doesn't mean, oh, wait a second, everyone's bringing food so I can eat for free. What it means is that you bring yours, and if you don't have a lot, then you bring yours still, whatever it is. And if you don't have, no one's going to turn you back. When it's your turn, you give. So $2 a month, $5 a month. Where's my next patron? Patreon.com/vinyljunkies. Become patron number 215. Patreon.com/vinyljunkies. Patreon.com/vinyljunkies. I want to see that number become 215. Only if this speaks to you. If it doesn't speak to you, I mean, what are you doing here anyway? That's what it is that I want to know. I'll keep answering questions on quality control. If you folks don't agree with me or you have a different perspective, please, by all means, I welcome it. I'm not trying to be right. I'm trying to have the right answers. I'm trying to speak to you from my experience. My experience isn't the be-all, end-all. On the other hand, I've legitimately scored over 600 records in the last 2.5 years. So take it for what it is. Maybe I'm lying. I'm not, but you're free to think what you want. Here's another one from Sun Ra. This record is in the store. What it is that I've decided to do in celebrating Sun Ra's 106th birthday is, rather than play a bunch of different stuff, just play the first 3 tracks on this record with the specific intent of maybe giving you guys a foothold into, okay, well, at least, I won't be intimidated by this enormous catalog of literally hundreds of records that are out there. Some are crazy, some are not. So what I did is I played you the first 3 songs, side 1 of this record here, so that you hear it for yourself. And if you like it, you buy it. And if you don't like it, you don't buy it. These records, when I tell you, when we're talking about quality control, these are records that are pressed by Org Music. Org Music are supporters of Vinyl Junkies. I just want you to know that the shoe is on the right foot. The cart is not in front of the horse here. The reason that Org are partners is because I can comfortably endorse records that are pressed by Org Music. They do it right. I know where they press their records. Their records are pressed at Palace. They take the time, and Andrew actually gives a shit about all this. So when you're getting an Org product, you're getting good records for the most part. Okay? Records that are pressed at Palace, good records. You're getting the good stuff. So when this record costs $24 or $25, you're getting a good record. So let's hear how this good record sounds. What do you say? And happy birthday to Nelson Chicher. Oh, it's your Monday. Sorry. There was an arrow. I thought it said it was your birthday. Fuck it then. I'm not going to wish you a happy birthday. That would be wrong. Great stuff, right? Yeah, man, this one's like from 1968, recorded in New York City. I love some Sun Ra. I mean, I'm never going to get fed up with Sun Ra. I'm thrilled to see that you guys are here. Friday, man, feeling good. I'm happy to talk about quality control when it comes to records, man. No problem. I'll try to answer as many questions, try to anticipate as many questions as I can during this time while playing music and just, enjoying 3 hours. But sure, if we want to make it kind of like a Q&A session on quality control, I can give you my experiences, and you guys can share yours and see if we learn anything. I guess one of the first questions that I should get out of the way is, well, Sam, you got 42,000 records in your store, vinyljunkies.store. What happens when we get warped records from there? Okay. I promise. If the records are warped on Amazon, they're warped with us too. If the records are warped, the warping, once again, is not us. The vast majority of the time. Vast majority of time. When it comes to warping, it's happening right at the plant. Or the way it is that they pack their records. If they're stacking their records, right? Now, you remember what it is that I was talking about stacking? Stacking, when people talk about stacking, they got to stay stacked for a long time before that dishing happens. Dishing is when the record starts going like this, okay? And that's pressure. Basically, it's because there's the middle and the record, the sides of the records kind of wilt a little bit. In order for that to happen, the records got to be in that position for a long time. It doesn't just happen out of nowhere. So people who see records stacked for 6 hours and they start freaking out, relax, fucking relax. Unless your room is too hot and, hot enough to just melt plastic, you got nothing to worry about. But what happens when those records are being shipped? If they're not being taken, okay, if they're not being taken care of when it is that they're being sent, what winds up happening is that they're gonna warp. Okay, so if they're being stacked one on top of another in those boxes, and there's nothing in between, for example, or whatever the case is, right? Because it's like in those boxes, there's 30 in a fucking box or 25 in a box, right? And there's 2 boxes in a bigger box, and so forth and so forth. If those are stacked, then what happens? They leave the warehouse stacked. They get into the truck stacked. Once they get into the truck, then they get to the warehouse stacked. Then they stay in the warehouse. Then you buy the record. They're still stacked. You buy the record. The guy pulls out one record from the box, gives it to you. What do you think is going to happen to your record? Why did that happen? Is it the warehouse? It's not the warehouse. That entire thing was not right to begin with. They left the shop with a problem. The problem just got worse with every step along the way. So, another issue would be, records have changed completely. Whoever got records at their home. Once upon a time, that didn't happen. So now all of a sudden you're taking records and it's just you're subdividing. Like once upon a time, the records could literally go from the distributor straight to the record store. Very often from the record store directly. They tried that for a while. From the pressing plant directly to the records to the record label. There's a whole. The more steps you have there, the more these records are being handled and they're being pushed from one place to another, the more there are chances of this physical product, which, when you think about it, is pretty frail, to get damaged. So, will it happen? Yeah. Does it make a difference from one label to another? Yes, it does. Some labels make sure that they take the entire process a lot more seriously so that you don't wind up with these problems. So, if you work with certain pressing plants, you're going to have the problems more often than others. If you work with certain record labels who work with certain record plants, you're going to have those problems more often than others. If you're going to buy, for example, SST, listen, what do you think SST records cost $15.98 and $16.98? What you're expecting a perfect record to? They don't cost a lot. Okay? They get their records pressed by manufacturers who press 100,000 records a day, 60,000 records a day. Think about that. It's a high volume business. And those plants charge less than the other plants because it takes more time. It takes more time. Quality control takes more time. You have to make sure that everything's on. So once you remove that, you might be efficient, but you're not good. So when you're buying a record and it costs $16.98 and the record comes out and it's got scuffs on it and it's got warps and stuff like that, well, you know, the higher up the food chain you go, the more it is that you wind up dealing with labels that try to do it right. A general rule of thumb is if you see quality all around, you're going to see quality in the records too. Which is to say, one surefire thing for me, I was trying to give tips. One surefire thing for me to spot is, you know those cheap paper sleeves that they put the records in? Cheap paper sleeves, okay? Scuff records. So whenever it is that you see scuffing, that scuffing almost 99% of the time, that scuffing is because the record, when it was sleeved, okay, because it's done by machine, right? If it's going, what happens to a record once it is that you take it and it scrapes up against paper? It's like wrapping a sandwich in a newspaper. What happens to those records? They're going to get scuffed. That's what it is. The minute it is you take that and you put it in a polylined sleeve, plastic, what happens? I promise the scuffing drops significantly. So you want to know where your scuffs come from? It comes from the fact that the record label couldn't be bothered to spend a penny or more, a penny, 2 pennies more, to give you a polylined sleeve. The minute it is that you add a polylined sleeve to the equation, your scuffing goes away. For the most part. So, what does it mean? It means that when you buy a record and you're getting it in those cheap paper sleeves, you know what it is that they're doing? They don't give a fuck about the record. They're giving you a cheap paper sleeve. It's because they're trying to save money. They're trying to create a product and sell it to you for cheap. They're looking at the margins. But there's some things it's just that shouldn't be happening, right? I mean, if these paper sleeves are scuffing the records, then you shouldn't be using the paper sleeves. Do you sell a car with scratches on the paint? Well, if there's some process, if there's some point in your process when you're making this car that causes you the paint on a new car to be scuffed, then what you have to do is you have to remove that part of the process. Problem is they don't remove that part of the process. You know why? Paper sleeves cost cheaper. They save 2 cents. It's called business, man. It's called capitalism. So, unfortunately, we get records from the good sources and we get records from the bad sources. Does that mean that I'm going to hide things from you? Nope. I'm going to tell you the truth. Tell you the truth, man. I'll tell you some horror stories. I pulled out some records to tell you some horror stories. I'll tell them to you. I don't give a single fuck. You have to realize something. One of the good things about this channel now, the way it's going, is that we are independent. We don't have to worry about what other people think. You guys support the channel. By not worrying about the box, I focused on you. By focusing on you, I can make sure that I give you the best possible. The best possible is not promising things that can't be real. What it is that you do is you be real with people. You tell them the pros and the cons, and then they make their decision. Okay? So when it is that you're telling me that you're going to go out and buy Black Flag records, if you're buying Black Flag records, you're going to have trouble. Because they're pressed at cheap plants. You're going to buy a lot of old hip-hop records. Those old hip-hop records, they come in those paper sleeves. A lot of those records, man, a lot of hip-hop records, they're getting better. Like there's a Respect the Classics line. Those are better, but they cost more. But you're going to get shit pressings to begin with. You know what I'm saying? So all I could do is try to tell you what I've learned. And, well, if you like it and you think it's a good idea, then cool. And if not, then what you do is keep smoking joints like FM Gary and getting his dog Smokey a contact high. That's something I understand. Anybody who's around me gets a contact high. It's the price, you know? If you have any questions, listen, feel free to ask. Okay? Metal can be hit or miss too. I'm telling you, sometimes you got to make a decision. Do I like the music even though I know that the pressing will very likely be bad? Do you like Ipecac records? Ipecac make bad records. Do you love the music? Good. What are you going to choose? Are you going to choose the price? Are you going to choose the music? Or are you going to choose the fact that you might get a bad product? You know what it is that I see in the store? I see the Fantomas box set. I love Fantomas. You know why I won't buy it? Because I know that in all likelihood, I'm going to get a box of shit. So, I don't buy Ipecac anymore. Because if they don't care about pressing records, then why should I? Did I come to this conclusion once? Nope. Did I come to it twice? Nope. Many times. So, after a while, you start believing it. If the company doesn't want the reputation for making shit, then stop making shit. You see, Youngblood, my Dead Cross is almost unplayable. You got it, buddy. My Dead Cross is a piece of shit also. I still play it, but my Dead Cross record is a piece of shit. You know why? Because Ipecac doesn't make good records. They make poor records. What do you want me to do? Go tell the fucking president of Ipecac that I said this. It's true. You want me to change my mind? It's not like I got it in for Ipecac. I buy Ipecac records. It's not like I got it in for them. The minute it is that I start seeing good product, I'm going to tell you that it's a good product. If the product's no good, what do you want me to do? You want me to say that it's good? Why? Because I'm selling it? I know what I got in my own warehouse. If it's from Ipecac, the records aren't all that good. Am I being a prick or am I being honest? To me, you know what it is that I'm doing? I'm keeping it real. I'm speaking to you guys, the customers. I'm telling you the truth. You like Ipecac. You like Mike Patton. You like Fantomas. You like all of that. Cool. If you're going to buy the records, I hope you like the music, because the records aren't going to be all that good. Sorry. Listen to some yoppers. This is good. Good stuff, right? All right, now we're getting into specific labels, and I'm happy to get into questions about specific labels that I know. Super happy to tell you the stuff. I'll give it to you good or bad, all right? One of you was talking about the Maiden reissues. Yeah, the Maiden reissues are good. Affordable. Absolutely affordable. The Maiden reissues are fantastic. That's why I buy them without any problem whatsoever. There's those people that want the originals because of the entire thing of having the original document, and I understand that. But if you're just looking for a record that's going to sound good, it's pressed good, and it's decently priced, the Maiden reissues are beautiful. The what's it called? The Metallica Blackened reissues. They're good. I got them. I got Kill 'Em All and I got Master of Puppets. I like them. So, and then should we talk about sound a bit? 95% of new records have digital sound somewhere in the feed. Somewhere along the chain, there's digital somewhere. So, those of you that are going to get precious about the analog sound, you buy vinyl because it sounds better. It's absolute bullshit very often. Sometimes what you're doing is you're getting really bad files, digital files on vinyl. Sometimes they're high resolution digital files. Those are better. But look, the analog experience is the experience of handling the physical product and dropping the needle and all the rest of this. In terms of the path and the sound of the music and the analog pathway, I gotta tell you, man, there's a lot of smoke and mirrors. If you're paying for that, think about it. Number one, okay, analog tape deteriorates. That's the first thing, right? So every time you use analog tape, it deteriorates each and every time. What are you going to do with tapes that are 70 years old? What, you think you can just keep making those tapes? You can just keep using those tapes over and over again? No. At one point, you got to take them and you got to make a high-res copy of them. And that's what's used. So, let's not get too precious when it comes to sound. I'm not big on the smoke and mirrors, and I don't buy records because they have to be 100% analog. I prefer them. Listen, the old records sound better. That's why I buy old records. They sound better. They're better made. They actually gave a shit. They used to make a lot more of them. They used to pay attention a lot more. When the industry started the revival, it just became, wow, look at this. This is a new income stream. We got to fucking, everyone was waiting for the bottom to drop. It's like, we got to take advantage of it. But money is what drives this thing. Fucking profit is what drives this thing. Margins. If you pay for craftsmanship, you got to pay for craftsmanship. Those records cost more. So you can get a record from Quality Record Pressing, for example. Chances are it's going to cost you a lot of money. It might cost you a $35, $40, sometimes even more. But Quality Record Pressings makes good records. That's what you're spending on. So all this is to say that it's not obvious. Have I confused you yet? Yeah. There's a lot of there's a lot of different things to consider when it comes to vinyl. Okay? Rhino reissues. Rhino reissues, for the most part, I think are absolutely fine too. What I love about Rhino reissues is that they're cheap. Rhino reissues allow you to get a $22 good reissue, relatively well pressed. It's not like top of the line whatever. It comes, regular, kind of like the Recta-board sleeve, but you're not getting garbage. They've had their problems. Their problems over the years have mostly gotten better. Rhino has gotten better with the pressings, not worse. I've seen the ones of 2015 and I've seen the ones of 2018 and 19, and there's a difference. There is. So yeah, you want to get like a Ramones reissue, it's on Warner, it's on Rhino. That shit's good. Warner, for the most part, makes good records. Warner is also got Billy Fields there, and Billy Fields handles specifically vinyl. Most of these places don't have specifically vinyl. Vinyl is just another format. It's just another thing. Billy gives a shit about records. So, again, you need to know, okay? Am I going on too much? What other records can I tell you about? Those early Pantera reissues. Those, for example, the Pantera box sets, Warner box sets, the old box sets, you got to watch out for those. A lot of those Warner box sets, nothing too great. Warner doesn't do Sturgill Simpson stuff anymore. Warner had a 2-album deal with Sturgill Simpson. Those 2 albums are up. That's the what's it called? The Glory one there. The 2 last ones, Sound and Fury, and the other one. Nonsuch makes fantastic records. Nonsuch reissues or Nonsuch new releases are fantastic. Okay? You don't get ripped off there. Warner doesn't rip you off. Warner will give you value for what you buy. And from what I understand, they don't deal with the cheaper places either. It doesn't mean you won't have problems, but you might have problems. It's an imperfect format. It's an imperfect medium. But at the same time, what it is that we've done after scoring, 1,500 records between the three of us, is we've determined that a lot of the problems, they come from the same source. They come from the same places. So what do you want me to do? You want three different people who have scored 1,500 records to tell you that they don't see what they see? They see what they see. We're not making sense. It does make sense. FDO wants to know about the Blue Note reissues. Depends which Blue Note reissues. Blue Note have stepped up their game with the reissues, so right now it's their 80th anniversary. The 80th anniversary stuff is really pretty decent. The Tone Poets stuff is more expensive, right? So the Tone Poets records cost $35. Those are really good, okay? If you're looking at the Blue Note 75 records, you stay away from those. I mean, unless you're building your collection and you don't care. But I will never buy a Blue Note 75 record ever. Those reissues are shit. I got a bunch of them. I got at least a dozen. I've bought them, so it's not like I didn't pay for them myself. If it says Blue Note 75, I stay the fuck away from them. They're shit. Blue Note 80, better. Tone Poets, better. So Blue Note new ones, I'm happy with. But I got plenty of bad Blue Notes also. You see, the Tone Poet series, Nelson is feeding me the information I need. Tone Poet are pressed at RTI. RTI is probably the best pressing plant in the business. That's the good shit. That is absolutely the good shit. You pay for it. The record will cost you $35 instead of $25. But goddamn, let me tell you, when you buy that jazz record and it comes in a nice Stoughton jacket and it's a nice presentation, the record's a nice platter. There's no scuffs on it. It's got a nice sleeve. You know what? You know where you paid the $10. They're not ripping you off. Why does one cost $21 and the other one cost $35? That's what the difference is. But then you also have to understand, some people, they try to just sell you stuff for more just because they want to add something to it. There's some that give you real value for your buck, and there's some that are just, it's bullshit. In the case of Tone Poet, you're getting what you pay for. So they're $35 records. There's a reason why they're $35 records. If you like jazz, those are the ones that I buy. Blue Note 75, listen, Daly's got 3,000 records. He knows records. The Blue Note 75 are garbage. So what it is that I'm saying to you is, wait a second, you can buy a Blue Note reissue and one is good and another one isn't? The answer is yes. Do we have both the shitty ones and the good ones? The answer is yes. Want me to lie to you? I'm not going to lie to you. What do you want me to do? You want me to give you some offer of guarantee by listening to all 42,000 records in the warehouse? I can't do that. I can't. What it is that I could do is I could try to educate you with the show and encourage conversations like this where you guys share. And there's people here with some massive collections. They know records. Okay? I know the information that you're getting. You're getting good information. You want to know why you're supporting this group? You want to know why it is that you're paying to become a patron? That's why. Because the information that you're getting here is fucking solid. And if it wasn't, I would tell you. So, my question to you is, are you enjoying it? Do you feel that you're learning something? Are you enjoying the community? Then become a patron. I still haven't hit patron number 215. Who's got $2 a month? $2 Who's got $2 a month? Go visit patreon.com/finaljunkies. Patreon.com/finaljunkies. Patreon.com/vinyljunkies. Become patron number 215. We'll all say hello to you, and we'll keep doing this right. No lies. My truth. Doesn't mean I'm right about everything. What it means is that it's my truth. Does it mean that I think that it's just like that and it won't change? No, it can change. Everybody can change. You buy Hyundai right now. Hyundai is not the same Hyundai that when they started with the Hyundai Pony. The Hyundai Pony was a piece of shit. There are some very good Hyundai cars right now. They make great cars. So a company doesn't just stay static. A company makes changes. Some of them are good, some of them are not. Some of them focus on the bottom line. Some of them focus on quality. There's a whole bunch of things. But it's important for you to know which ones focus on the stuff that matters to you. If price is what matters to you, I wouldn't get too fucking prissy about the quality control of new records. Not because you don't deserve it, but because they don't cost a lot for a reason. You know? Is that fair? The Napalm reissues are going to be good. Nuclear Blast makes good records. Metal Blade can make good records. Sometimes I've had problems with Warped records, but generally they work at it. Relapse, whatever. It's okay. They're good. I'd still buy Relapse. Wouldn't buy Ipecac. You know what I'm saying? Would I buy SST? Yeah. You know why? Because it's cheap. Do I know that there's going to be problems? Yeah, I know there's going to be problems. Misfits reissues. Probably going to have issues. Why? $16 records. I'm not expecting very much. I know what I'm getting. So, that's the spiel for now. We're going to listen to some music, all right? Mouth breather. All right. So we're going to keep going here. What about heat? Heat. Heat's a problem. Temperature control matters. Humidity is a fucking problem. I have a dehumidifier here. I put an air conditioner in this basement specifically because once the collection started getting really big, I knew that the humidity of a basement would hurt the records. So I have a dehumidifier. A lot of the time, it's just, it'll harm the records. If the room's too hot, depending on how hot. Let's put it this way. If you're sweating in your own room, your records are standing upright. It's plastic, right? What do you think's going to happen to them? If they're laid down, one on top of another, what do you think's going to happen to them? So, collecting records requires a whole lot more determination. It requires a whole lot more effort and care than just pushing a stream. Vinyl is a pain in the ass. There's no fucking doubt about it. Vinyl is an absolute pain in the ass. Anybody that talks about hipsters, are you out of your fucking mind? Do you know how, like, vinyl's a pain in the ass. You gotta watch it if it's hot. You gotta keep it out of direct sunlight. But isn't everything that provides a deeper experience requiring more of an effort from you? I think that's kind of the name of the game. Is it worth it? Yeah, well, it's worth it. I mean, it was worth it for me to put a dehumidifier in here. I've had a dehumidifier in here for ages. You understand what I'm saying? So, what are their questions? Okay, so yeah, Aaron S. says his Misfits reissues have been on point. Yeah, but it's just, I'm telling you, listen, my Misfits record was fine too, but it came in a cheap paper sleeve. Aaron, I'm pretty sure that if you go look at your Misfits, let's say you have a greatest hits or whatever the case is, it probably came in that cheap paper sleeve, and you might have scuffs on it. Go take a look. Why? I know, because I just bought one. If I buy Misfits Collection 2, I wouldn't be surprised if I have the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if I've missed any questions, but if I did, please feel free to ask. Do you have any requests? I think I've gotten to most of them, but keep me on point. I actually have a Parliament song that I need to play for you. Okay, so we'll get this done a little bit. But Brett Lean, I'm staring at your comment right now. Nonsuch, you can buy Nonsuch with confidence. I love my Nonsuch records. I buy them all the time. The old stuff is good. The new stuff is good. Nonsuch make good records. You know what I'm saying? Shannon Floyd, toss the paper, get a MoFi? Absolutely. Polyline sleeves is the answer. Paper sleeves? It's like wrapping a sandwich in a newspaper. Absolutely not the thing. MoFi isn't always the best. You can look for other stuff. We have vinyl style. Those are all right. You know what I'm saying? Or even if they're paper sleeves, but they got the poly lining inside. Those aren't as good, but the poly lining inside. Then there's the ones with the rice paper. You're going to see like a little thin strip of rice paper. Why is the rice paper there? Specifically to keep humidity away from your records. You know what I'm saying? So, are there a lot of different little things? Yeah, there's a lot of different little things. Vinyl's a pain in the ass. How are we doing over here for requests? Other than that Parliament, is there anything I forgot? No. Cheapy night tonight. All right. So, let me get to Finders Keepers. A label I buy a whole lot. Why do you buy it, Sam? The reason it is that I buy Finders Keepers is because they release stuff that you can't get anywhere else. Stuff that's so fucking rare, stuff that I'd never see anywhere else. So the only way that you can get this music is if you buy it from compilations like this. You understand what I'm saying? Do they make the best vinyl? No. It's all right. It's not great. It's all right. Printed sleeves, kind of direct to board, they're all right. This is not the top of the food chain quality-wise. But the reason it is that I would buy this specifically is because Finders Keepers curate an amazing label. And I'm going to get records that I won't get anywhere else. You have to realize, a lot of times for this stuff, where do you think that they get the original sources? Sourced from tapes, man. You know? How do you think that you come across all this music? No, 60s Capitol records are fine, dude. I don't know what you're saying about not good. I'd like examples. Capitol, the 60s was fucking prime time for vinyl. 50s and 60s, vinyl was great. So, I'm not sure I agree. I have a ton of Sinatra records and other Capitol stuff that tells me that they're really good. But I'd certainly like to hear what you have to say. So, why don't we listen to some Thung Luck, and you'll understand why it is that I buy Finders Keepers.
สวัสดีครับคุณสุภาพสตรีที่น่ารักทั้งหลายวันนี้กระผมได้นำสินค้าชนิดหนึ่งจากเมืองนอกเขตเทศบาลมาโฆษณาให้ท่านได้รับทราบไว้เมื่อท่านฟังผมโฆษณาสรรพคุณแล้วเชิญรีบซื้อหาไปใช้ทันทีรับรองว่าได้ผล1,000%แน่ๆคุณสุภาพสตรีฟังผมหน่อยสิผมมีข่าวดีจะบอกหากหน้าคุณมีสิวมีฝ้าเม็ดมาหือมาบ่ต้องกลัวดอกผมมียาทาผู้ผายปั๊บเป็นยาลับๆตำรับเมืองนอกระวังเด้อจะเจอยาปลอมระวังเด้อจะเจอยาปลอมเดี๋ยวหน้าพยอมจะผ่านทะลอก
แล้วหน้าข้าวตังอย่างอาหารเนี่ยทายาที่คุณ นโฆษณาแล้วจะหายไหมคะ
หายสิครับ พอคุณทาปุ๊บเนี่ยหน้าคุณก็จะยุบทันทีครับ
แหมดีจังยาอะไรคะ
น้ำกรดไงล่ะครับ
ตาเถน
คุณสุภาพสตรีฟังผมหน่อยสิผมมีข่าวดีจะบอก หากผิวคุณนั้นดำมาเมี่ยมก็ต้องกระเดียมอายเหนียมกันดอก ผมมียาชั้นหนึ่งเชียวครับ ผู้ใดอาบปั๊บรับรองขาววอกผิวจะขาวสาวขึ้นทันใด ผิวจะขาวสาวขึ้นทันใด จะสวยชัยไลยิ่งกว่าไข่ปอก
คุณข้อศอก
โคศกครับไม่ใช่โคโซก
ข้อศอกกับข้อศอกแล้วดำๆอย่างนี้ท่านเนี่ยอาบจาคุณแล้วจะขาวจริงไหม
ง่ายมากครับ รับรองขาวแน่ๆครับอ้าวเตี้ยต้มน้ำร้อนให้ที
อ้าวแล้วคุณจะต้มน้ำร้อนทำไมหรอ
ก็ต้มน้ำร้อนไว้สำหรับจะลวกหนังคุณยายให้ขาวสิครับ
โอ้ยอยังงั้นก็ปล่อยให้มันดำอย่างเก่าก็ดีแล้วนี่นะ
ไม่เอาเลย
ไม่เอา
คุณสุภาพสตรีฟังผมหน่อยสิผมมีข่าวดีจะบอก หากผู้ใดจะลดความอ้วนให้สวยยี่ยวนอย่างดารานอรีบปรึกษากับผมนะครับ คุณจะได้รับความสวยพลิกล็อก เพียงชั่วโมงชมยงจะเพียวลม เพียงชั่วโมงชมยงจะเพียวลม เอวจะกลึงกลมยิ่งกว่ากระบอก
อาหารจะลดความอ้วนเพราะจะไปประกวดเทพีอุ้ยเทพี
ถ้างั้นเชิญคุณนอนบนเตียงเลยนะครับ อ้าวเตี้ยเตรียมปังตอไว้ให้ที
เตรียมมังโตไว้ทำไมล่ะคะ
เอ้าก็ไว้แร่ไขมันหน้าท้องคุณออกดีครับ พอแร่ออกแล้วเราก็ทำการเผาเสร็จเรียบร้อยร่างคุณก็จะเพรียวลมทันทีครับ
โอ้ยอย่างนั้นฉันขออ้วนอย่างนี้ดีกว่าย่ะ
ไม่เอาเหรอ
ไม่เอา
You see, all of you guys are listening to this Thung Luck, and it's like, wait a second, wasn't that the album with the Sabbath riff? Yep. But the thing is that I don't buy it for the Sabbath riff. I buy it for actually what we just listened to because I know it's going to be all that weirdness, and I know that every time I buy a record of Thung Luck or anything on Finders Keepers, all of this stuff, you buy it, and there's Easter eggs hidden everywhere. All of a sudden, you recognize a riff. It's like, oh shit. It's just its treasure for me. Always reveals little things that you're not going to find anywhere else. So for me, I like those unique pieces, and I want them enough to not make just the quality of the vinyl pressing be the first thing I think about. Because if you do that, then you wind up not having a lot of records. But that's okay too. I mean, you can't own them all, right? So if you're going to spend money on your records, it's okay to say no to some things and some others. I mean, if it doesn't meet your standard quality-wise, the best way to fight back is don't buy them. I promise. There's not a single record label out there that wants a warehouse full of records that aren't selling. The minute it is that they ask, why are these records not selling? If somebody tells them, and if enough people tell them, the reason they're not selling is because your pressings suck, I promise they're going to change. Watch the price change too. That's usually the first thing that the record labels change, the price. That's the very first thing. When it is that I brought quality control issues up at making vinyl, believe me, they didn't want to listen to me. But me being who I am, I call it the way I see it. You don't have to agree. So when it is that they tried to shut me out and try to pretend like it's a non-problem or just tried to look around and say, oh, no, those are the people that make the carburetor. It's not us. We handle the paint. Right? Like they're not selling a whole car. Like everyone was pointing fingers when I brought this up. So what it is I got angry. I noticed the utter bullshit that the industry at large and the gate was feeding me. I noticed the indifference. Okay? people telling me that, well, there's so many different parts. Okay, yeah, but no one wants to take the time to look at the moving parts in order to find out which parts are doing the job bad and which parts are doing the job good. You know why? Because they're busy making money. So, what I did is I doubled down and I said, really, guess what? I'm going to be even more of a pain in the ass. What I'm going to develop is my own score. And I'm going to score records. What are you going to do? You can't prevent me from scoring my own brand new records and having an opinion on my record. So that's what I did. And then the next year I told them, you remember when it is that you told me it wasn't an issue? Here, look. Don't come and tell me that it's not an issue. It's a fucking issue. It always was. I just had to call your bluff. Okay? So sometimes what it takes is for people to call bullshit. The people who call bullshit are never the popular ones. Okay? Because when it came to me talking about quality control in the industry, I can tell you that there were people working behind the scenes at making vinyl that were actively trying to make sure that I don't talk. They were trying to make sure that I didn't have a voice. They don't want the dirty secrets to come out. But why am I saying all this shit? What, I'm saying it only for me? I'm saying it because I represent you guys. Because I give a shit about this. If I didn't give a shit, I'd stay quiet. To me, you respect the client. When a customer is spending money on something that they could get for free, you better understand what you're selling. You're not selling vinyl, you're not selling a product, you're selling an experience. A warped record takes away from the experience. A scuffed record takes away from the experience. But you're selling an experience. They don't understand that. They don't get it. Or they don't want to listen. You know when it is that they listen? When you affect their bottom line. When you affect their bottom line, they start listening like a motherfucker. So they didn't like the fact that I was shaking things up by saying all of this stuff. And they still don't like it. I'm supposed to stay quiet. But you see, there's a beautiful thing that's happened in this community. This community basically, I stopped caring about the industry altogether. And I started caring about you. The minute it is that we reached a point where this community sustained itself, I really stopped caring about the industry. I don't give a single fuck if I never receive another piece of promo vinyl again. Never again. I don't give a shit. I'm never fucking working with the industry was the biggest waste of time in my life. Trying to make things better with the industry is a waste of time. Everyone's too busy. So I stopped giving a fuck and I started doing things my way. Once things started working my way, and we've reached that point, this is what this is, I stopped paying attention to the industry. I don't give a fuck if you send me promo or not. I don't. I'll buy my own damn records and I'll tell you the truth. And I'm at that point right now. Again, 50 years old, okay? But it's just I'm at the point where it's like I absolutely don't give a fuck. From now on, I'm making zero effort with the music industry. I don't give a shit anymore. Alright? Because the music industry is full of shit. I don't feel like dealing with garbage. I'll still go to the conventions because there are meaningful conversations and there are good relationships and there are people that absolutely care. So I'm not saying that it's all horrors. I'm not saying that either. It just means that I am not putting my effort into that anymore. Because that cesspool is fucking overrun with garbage hurdles, with shit hurdles. Every hurdle you jump, you get a little bit more shit on you. I don't feel like doing that. The reason it is that I got out of banking and finance is because I didn't want to deal with the bullshit. All of a sudden I deal with the industry part of the music industry and I realize that they're just as full of shit. Fuck them. Don't give me your records. I don't want them. Don't support me. Make sure that you hate me. You know what? The best marketing decision I ever made is making sure that Vinyl Junkies and me is the bastard's child of this industry. The best marketing decision I ever made is saying, fuck you. I'm not listening to your bullshit. I'm not buying into your way of doing things. I'm going to do it my way. And now, you guys are making it clear that you appreciate my way, our way, so much that it's worth supporting. Will it ever change, Sam? When will you become about the money? Because everyone's got a price. You know what my answer is to you? Watch me. I can't be bought. If I wanted to make money, I would have been a banker. If you think that it's money that's going to ever supersede any decision of mine made on music, you don't know the first fucking thing about me. I don't give a single fuck about being rich. None. Doesn't mean I won't be rich. But if I become rich on my fucking terms. If I become rich, you know why? It's because you made me rich. Not because I cut... Not because I was ruthless. Not because I did it Jeff Bezos style. I'll take much less and do it right. Winning formula for me. In any case. I don't know if this conversation is too deep. Is it boring? Is it a conversation worth having? I mean, I can play jukebox, you know. Mind you guys aren't really asking for songs, so what do you want me to tell you? But I will play the NWA and I will play the Parliament, so a lot of that is my own fault. You follow what I'm saying? But give me tips. I need to get paid. I might even give you some extra hours for it. Whoever wanted Flashlight, you remember I said I'd give you something deeper? You're getting something deeper. This song is called Sir Knows Devoid of Funk. Off the same album. But it's got a groove. Listen to this.
I am Sir Nosed, devoid of funk. I have always been devoid of funk. I shall continue to be devoid of funk. Star Child, you have only one battle. I am the subliminal seducer. I will never dance. I shall return, Star Child.
Syndrome, tweedledee-dum, humdrum, don't succumb. Syndrome, tweedledee-dum, humdrum, don't succumb. Syndrome, tweedledee-dum, humdrum, don't succumb.
Better luck next time.
I can dig it. This is the Star Child. On another day, chasing the noses away. Protector of the pleasure principle. This is Star Child. Let me put on my sunglasses so I can see what they ain't looking at. Yeah. Oh, I love those Mises to pieces. Speaking of the zone of zero funkativity, better known as the nose zone. Has anybody seen or smell of vision? Where is Sir Nosed? If y'all see Sir Nosed, tell him the Star Child said, "Ho! Put that suit to use, you mother! 'Cause you will dance, sucker!"
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
And make a bag for me. Pay attention! Yeah, I love those Mises to pieces. But they ain't really blind. Just kinda mine. Star child, protector of the pleasure principle. Yeah, I'm gonna be blind with them damn pieces.
No one knows what the nose knows when the doors close.
Huckabuckin', baby.
No one knows what the nose goes when the blows blow.
A little croonability is there. Yeah.
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
A nigga back club. Pay attention! Protector of the pleasure principle. Has anybody seen Sir Nose devoid of funk? Tell him he will dance. He must dance. I'll shoot him with the mop gun. Albert seems such a sight of life. Blind great mice. Oh, those Mises. That's gonna blow my mind. I'm a wife. What a I must see such a sight in your life. Oh, blind free mind. I am Star Child. Ain't gonna blow my mind. Attention! Oh, there's a picture within a picture behind a picture, revealing a nose I think I recognize. Well, Sir Nose,
I make the bag full.
come on out, Sir Nose. Dance!
You know what you can do with your funk, Star Child? You will never see me dance.
All right. That's the song I wanted to play for you. That's one of my favorite long Parliament songs. I love that track. Three Blind Mice. I love them Mises to pieces. Why? Because George Clinton fucking created his own iconography. He created his own characters. I love that shit. It's maximum creativity. But it's not something that you see on a single. You know what I mean? So, look, I have your requests all lined up. I've already got the warning sign, so that means that if we do a midnight show, it has to be a midnight show, and I have to take a break in between because they're already on our ass. I will absolutely get to all of your requests. I have all of your requests, I promise. Okay, who is it? FM Gary? I don't have that Crosby, Stills, and Nash, so you're going to have to pick something either off Four-Way Street or off the Greatest Hits album so far. If it's on one of those, then I can play it for you. Otherwise, pick something else. I just want you to know also that if I do a midnight show, doesn't look like it's going to happen, but it's completely up to you, and I'm good either way. So you please, I beg you, don't fucking do what you don't want. All right? Don't make any demands on me. I won't make any demands on you. We do what we want to do when we want to do it, period. But if I get to $150, you get the extra show, and you're going to get your 2 to 3 hours, and I'll go like until at least 2 a.m., 3 a.m. Completely up to you. If not, I'm satisfied playing your requests right now, and I'm good with it. I promise. So, up to you, man. You got to unlock at 150 if that's what you want. And if you don't want it, well, what? I gave you 3 hours. I'm going to play your songs. I haven't done my job. I've done my motherfucking job. I love reading some comments. I've been, part of my job. My job. My job. Wait a second. I drink on the. Hey, did you know I drink and I do drugs on the job, and I don't get a haircut? Maybe what it is that I should do is play some more George Thorogood. So check it. Part of my job, as my routine's changed with these 71 straight days, is just keeping a connection with you guys. So I answer you guys. Let's say whenever it is that I see comments on YouTube and all the rest, I take the time to answer them because it's just you want to show your appreciation. You want to develop a relationship with the right types of clients, with the right types of customers, with the right types of people, with the right types of friends, with the right types of family. You want to. The community is only as good as the people in it. If the community is full of fucking trolls who are there to cause trouble, it's going to be garbage. So I got 50,000 subscribers instead of 5,000 subscribers. Who gives a shit? If it's 50,000 trolls, who cares? I'd rather grow it real slow. So I've taken the time to basically start knowing that and weeding out the shit comments, weeding out people that I don't think are for me. I tell them, listen, I mean, sure, it's your opinion, but I'm telling you right now, my channel is probably not for you. I prefer just telling them, go away. And if they don't, I block them. And the response has been This guy is so fucking cranky. I love him. That's been the fucking response. I love him. He's cranky. FM Gary, you absolutely need to fucking step outside your box. If you want Kinda Blue, leave it with me and I'll play you something else. Is that okay? You're way fucking obvious. I love you. You clearly love this show. You clearly get this show. But we need to get you out of that little box. You're asking for stuff that's so fucking obvious. We need to fix this. And we will. Gary, I'm here for you, FM Gary. It's like fucking Gary White. Dreamweaver, I believe we can get through the night. He's probably got that record too. You know what I'm saying? Kinda Blue. I mean, we gotta be less obvious. But it doesn't matter. If you tell me, you don't, can I tell you how it is that you can do this? Because you're thinking, this fucking guy's tipping you and that's the way you talk to him. No! We're trying to make good shows. So what it is that you can do, Gary, is tell me if you specifically want something because you're in the mood to hear that kind of thing, or what you can do is just tell me, I like this kind of music, I like this album, and I'll see if I can get outside the box. You follow what I'm saying? Scott Hurst, good night. I respect the fact that you gotta pass out. No problem. We're still here, we're partying, is that okay? Alright. Here's some NWA. Don't listen, it's rude.
Brothers and sisters using the word nigga. That's all I hear you motherfuckers talk about is nigga.
Personally, I think the lyrics are a bit too harsh.
I ain't no nigga. Fuck, 7 days come out your mouth got to be a 4-letter word.
The way you talk about women is bullshit. Plain bullshit.
Motherfucker, I got kids. I don't want to listen to that bullshit. Motherfuckers need to stop.
How can you call yourself a nigga and be proud of it?
Flatline.
Bullshit.
Why do I call myself a nigga, you ask me? Well, it's because motherfuckers wanna blast me and run me out of my neighborhood and label me as a dope dealer, yo, and say that I'm no good. But I gave out jobs so niggas wouldn't have to go out. Gave up some dope in a corner so they could show out. When the cops came, they gave a fake name because the life in the streets is just a head game. So therefore, to make more, a 15-year-old black kid will go and rob a liquor store and get shot in the process. He ate up a 9-bullet, now he's put to rest.
Why do I call myself a nigga, you ask me? I guess it's just the way shit has to be. Back when I was young, getting a job was murder. Fuck flipping burgers, cause I deserve a 9 to 5 I could be proud of, that I could speak loud of, and to help a nigga get out of. Yo, the concrete playground. But most motherfuckers only want you to stay down. But I'm a smart motherfucker, you see. One of the best producers in the rap music industry. Getting paid like a motherfucker, a young brother that don't give a fuck about another, yeah.
Why do I call myself a nigga, you ask me? Because police always wanna harass me. Every time that I'm rolling, they swear up and down that the car is stolen. Make me get face down in the street and throw the shit out my car on the concrete in front of a residence. A million white motherfuckers on my back like I shot the president.
Why do I call myself a nigga, you ask me? Because my mouth is so motherfucking nasty. Bitch this, bitch that, nigga this, nigga that. In the meanwhile, my pockets are getting fat. Getting paid to say the shit here. Making more in a week than a doctor makes in a year. So why not call myself a nigga? It's better than pulling a trigger and going up the river. And then I get called a nigga anyway. Broke as a motherfucker and locked away. So, to cut out all that bullshit, yo, I guess I'll be a nigga for life. Niggas, crackers, you. If there's hell below, we're all gonna go.
Nigga, please. I'm treated like a fucking disease. You say, why do I call myself a nigga so quick? Cause I can reach in my drawers and pull out a bigger dick. Yo, niggas say nigga, we cool, but crackers say nigga, not to fuck up. But I gotta be a fast nigga to never be the last nigga, or I have to beat your ass, nigga. In the city, you see action first, then hear about it later in a verse. I curse because I'm real with this to keep my shit straight bumping. Murder created by the streets of Compton. And I get it from the underground poet. I live it, I see it, and I write it because I know it. And if you think I'm fucking your wife, you're motherfucking right, yo. Cause cause I'm a nigga for life.
I love niggas, I love niggas, I love niggas, because niggas are me, and I should only love that what gives me. I love the two niggas.
Nigga, this, nigga, that. The actual fact is that I'm black and bound to attract the attention of another, I mean the other. But I'm a motherfucker that'll have him running for cover. You see, I don't give a fuck about nothing except getting paid, getting bitches and issuing stitches, which is all needed. So read it and find a rhyme, and then it's time to slay. The niggas here to stay. But what about the fake niggas, the house niggas? To get paid quick, they gotta suck a fat dick. But NWA is out of your motherfucking range. We ain't gonna change a motherfucking thing.
I call myself a nigga cause my skin won't lighten. I call myself a nigga cause the shit that I'm writing hypes me, hypes other motherfuckers around me. And that's the reason why they wanna surround me and ask me, why do I call myself a nigga roll? Ain't none of that fucking business cause I let the trigger go. So get out my presence and get out of my sight, cause MC Ren is a nigga for life,
You're a nigga till you die. If you're a poor nigga, you're a poor nigga. If you're a rich nigga, you're a rich nigga. But you never stop being a nigga. And if you get to be educated, you're just an educated nigga.
I'm a nigga, he's a nigga, she's a nigga, we some niggas. Wouldn't you like to be a nigga too?
And there we go. You see? Inappropriate language. I hope all of you are doing well during this pandemic. I don't take any of that shit for granted. None of it, man. I think you guys are wonderful. I owe my life to you. So I don't take you for granted, and you don't need to do what you don't have. Just don't. Don't do it, man. I'm good with it. I'm good with whatever I get. Okay? I work hard, the rest comes to me. I don't have Blue Oyster Cult, Gary. Jesus, Gary, you're so fucking obvious. Jesus. Gary, can I play you something rock that you might not know? Can you leave that to me? Because I owe you a song. I know I owe you a song. And I want to do you right, too. But you're like the FM dial. Alright, can I play, I don't have fucking Chronic, don't I wish. I do have Snoop, though. I have Doggy Style. I can make that happen if you want. We're getting closer to the 150. I will not rip any of you off. You know that already. Aerosmith, I got all of you, man. Let's get to some Gang of Four first, man. Sonora and Dub. You're my boy. I'm happy that you're with us. It's very clear that you understood what this show was about from day one. Where's my patron number 215? Are you out there? Become a patron. Patreon.com/VinylJunkies. We want to see 215 go up. Can that happen? Are you enjoying this type of programming, but you're new at it? It's your first time. It's your second time. You've been listening for a week. Considering jumping in. Not sure. Jump in. $2 a month. It's the bullshit line. It's not a lot of money. Everyone's got $2. You know it. So the question you got to ask yourself is, are you enjoying this or not? Do you want to turn it off? If you do, turn it off. Go away. If not, and you're not a patron, then why don't you support it? I mean, you're using it, you're consuming it. So if you're consuming it, then do the right thing and support it. Seems fair, right? I got you on Aerosmith, Sarah Golding. I got you on the Cannonball. I got all of you. We're going to play this stuff. Gang of Four.
my time.
Great stuff. Great request, man. Gang of Four. Legendary band. Warner. So this pressing is real good. It's a reissue, real good. I picked a live one, What We All Want. Hope you dug it. I'm going to try to get through your songs as much as possible. I'd really like for us to hit our goal for the extra show. But more importantly, I want to make sure that I get all your songs out. Sorry, man. I went on real long about quality control because I want to do that. I can't only think about, I got to think about everything. I got to do what's right. So thank you for hanging with me while I try to figure out the right balance between making a living and just doing what's right and telling you things that stop me from being stripper jukebox. The knowledge stuff's important too. We're going to get to Sarah, who is a UK Sarah, wanted any Aerosmith. I got the perfect way to get around the copyright. That is, I'll play you some bootleg stuff. I used to be head over heels over Aerosmith, still like them, but it's the early stuff that does it for me. So I used to collect bootlegs and that kind of thing. This is an Aerosmith bootleg that I've had for well over 25 years. I've had this record a long time, and the sound quality is poor. On the other hand, it's something that you're not going to hear elsewhere, so maybe that counts. This is Aerosmith during the Done With Mirrors tour. Tell me what you think.
Just about at that time, Brad Whitford came to me and told me, listen, I got some new shit for you. I said, what's it sound like? He said, it sounds like this. So ladies and gentlemen,
So, what do you say? Was that a good pick or not? I mean, it sounds pretty horrible because it's a bootleg. On the other hand, it's stuff you're not going to hear elsewhere. So, you know, I'm pretty sure I spent $50 on this bootleg too, and this is 25 years ago. When I tell you I understand this whole collecting thing, believe me, I understand this whole collecting thing. I've been doing it forever. I like it. I love it. I know what you guys like. So, I also know that I can't stand being lied to. I don't like being tricked. I don't like being spoken to in double talk. So, I'm not going to do that, man. If I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it the right way. At least in my opinion. We have 2 more requests. Actually, 3 more requests. See, FM Gary, I know that that's the case. And I think you know also, FM Gary, that I'm not fucking making fun of you. I'm not looking down on your tastes at all. If you're here, it's because you love music. If you're here, I know that you have an open spirit, and for me, what it is that I'm trying to do is I'm trying to satisfy that part. I'm trying to say, hey, check this. If you like this, check this. So keep telling me what you like, as long as you're cool with me going just a little bit off to the side so that we can go somewhere else. I can do that for you. What do you say? That sound like a good idea? Next one up. Somebody wanted Cannonball Adderley. Let's do that.
Yeah, she my little Benny Hill. Love her every chance I can. Love her every chance I can. I love her in the morning, love her till she cannot stand. Got bright red feathers, speckles all around her butt. She got bright red feathers.
All right.
Wow, that was mean.
See? That's why it is that I like playing stuff like that, because I've got Cannonball Adderley, but I don't got the stuff that maybe some of you have. I like playing the deeper records. I love this shit. I love the requests. And Gary, I know that you're here to listen. Believe me. I don't know everything. I don't act like I know everything, and neither should you. If you love music and you love art, you're at the right place. I promise you're going to hear some stuff you know, you're going to hear some stuff you don't know. You're not going to like some of it, you're going to like some of it, but that's what this is about. Now look, I'm going to try to... We're $51, so we're still $100 away from our goal. What it is that I'm going to do is try to make it as... Okay, listen. Fuck. Give me 120, we'll make $2 and $5 strip joint night tonight. How's that? Young Blood, The Seer. It's a long one. I can't play it. I'm going to definitely get cut off right now. Can I keep it for the midnight show if that happens? Okay, because it's going to get us thrown off. There's no doubt. They're already on our back. So I'm trying to make maximum use of this time. Waiting literally for the split second that the warning sign goes away so I can play you the next one. The next one being Snoop Doggy Dogg before he became just Snoop Dogg. And yeah, we'll go from there.
Depths of the sea, back to the block. Snoop Doggy Dogg, funky as the doc went solo on that ass, but it's still the same. Long Beach is the spot where I serve my cane. Follow me, but don't lose your grip. 9 tris ain't the years in for me to fuck up shit. So I ain't holding nothing back, and motherfucker, I got 5 on the 20 sack. It's like that, and as a matter of fact, cause I never hesitate to put a nigga on his back.
Yeah, so keep out the manuscript. You see that it's a must we drop gangsta.
What's the motherfucking name? Yeah. It's the bow to the wild, creeping and crawling, Yiggy yes yo, and Snoop Doggy Dogg in the motherfucking house like every day. Dropping shit with my nigga Mr. Dr. Dre. Like I said, niggas can't fuck with this, and niggas can't fuck with that shit that I drop, cause you know it don't stop. Mr. 187 on the motherfucking top. Tick-tock, now with a Glock, just some nuts in the cop. Robbing motherfuckers, then I kill them blood cops. And I step through the fog and I creep through the small, cause I'm Snoop Doggy, 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 oh. Just throw your hands in the motherfucking air and wave the motherfuckers like you just don't care. Yeah, roll up the dank and pour the drink and watch it stank. Cause doggies on the gang, my bankroll's on swole. My shit's on hit legit, now I'm on parole. Stroll with the dog pound right behind me and up in your bitch is where you might find me playing that G thing. She want the nigga with the biggest nuts, and guess what? He is I and I am him. Slim with the tilted brim. What's my motherfucking name?
Nice. Thank you for that request. That's always a good idea. Looks like fucking Delaney's still around. I thought Delaney wouldn't be around as I'm trying to get this entire thing going. We're still a ways away from 120. But look, I just want to let you know that, I mean, if we don't get to 120, I'm just going to keep playing the songs that you requested. It's just to unlock 3 hours or to unlock 2 hours, 3 hours. Yeah, you know. Doesn't mean I'm gonna it doesn't mean I'm gonna rip you off. I don't do that. I try not to. Keith Cowell wants some Chelsea Wolf. I can do Chelsea Wolf. I have almost every album. Keith, you got to tell me exactly which album that's on. I bet you this guy's gonna pull out the one record I don't have. Watch it happen. But yeah, for the most part, I could do it. I think I told you, Youngblood, I'm gonna keep Sear for the second show, if we get to a second show, or the end of this one. All right, so 120 is the goal. We're at 54 right now. Is that right? Just waiting for the sign to go away to play the next song. I'm literally just trying to rush all of your fucking songs in so that I really want to give you an extra show, is what it is that I'm saying. So if I'm going to hustle, I'm going to hustle right. You know what I'm saying? You step up, I step up, and I'm good with it, but it doesn't mean we're not going to have fun for the rest of it, right? Chelsea Wolf, let's see. Again, the reason it is that I'm continuing to talk is specifically because I want to know which albums, and I want to make sure that I can get these copyright people gone. Abyss, track 1. I got Abyss and I got track 1. Beautiful. That can happen. So I think we're probably gone with the copyright police. Yes, we are. Coming up next, Sonora and Dub wanted something off Ice Cream for Crow. I don't have Ice Cream for Crow, but I think I've read you right, Sonora and Dub. And if I play you something off Shiny Beast Bat Chain Puller, I have a feeling you're not going to complain. Song 1 on side 2. Whenever I see a mommy, I feel like a mummy. It's a beauty. I need to get a copy of Ice Cream for Crow. Don't think I don't know that. Don't have it yet.
From my hand blows away like a feather. Every time I grab her, every time I grab her. Oh, when I see mommy, I feel like a mummy. Gonna wrap her up, gonna wrap Interest feels like breath on you. Like breath on you. Like breath on you. Like breath on you. Like breath on you.
See? This is community at work. Listen, man, some people have it more than others, and I think that that's cool too. But here, we all act the same. And I dig it. Thanks for stepping up, Gary. Yeah, I'm going to give you an extra show. I'm going to give you a midnight show. Now I don't need to rush anything. We did it. Thank you. FM Gary. See? I tell him his tastes are pedestrian. What does he fucking do? Boom. Step up. Guess what, Sam? I want to listen some non-pedestrian. Brother, you should also know that I got tons of pedestrian. So that's certainly not putting anything down. I have tons of the records you're talking about. I just don't have a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? Midnight shows are fun. And we're going to go here and there and we're going to go everywhere. And it's going to be $2 or $5 stripper night. Real cheap. I don't want more than $2 or $5 for your tips on future tracks. Gary, all you got to do is you got to guide me. You tell me I want this kind of music, I want that kind of music, and I'll try to get you. All right? And you can give me some music as a guideline as to what you want to hear, and I'll take care of that too. I do this honest, man. I fucking appreciate the fact that somebody like FM Gary steps up. What? It's just, I appreciate it. I appreciate all of you. Those of you that don't have money to tip, I'm good with that. I'm good with that, really. Don't do anything you can't do. I'm totally good. You don't have to give something you don't have. It's not right. Take care of you first. Some of us have. That's why it is that I don't chase wealth. Because I know myself. Once I have wealth, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to give a bunch of it away. How much do you need? You know what I'm saying? It's a privilege to do for others. It really is. I believe it. And I plan to live the rest of my years on this earth doing exactly that. Always trying to give more than I take. So, Gary, I salute you. I'm proud of having a guy like you here. It's just, it is 100% community. You stepped up so that everyone may enjoy. That's my kind of person. We got Joseph Delaney that's going to be keeping me on track, so nothing is going to go through. What it means, though, is I'll stop at 10. Okay, so I'm going to play only 2 more songs. That doesn't mean I won't get to your other songs. We got Delaney on my back to make sure that I play the songs that are missing. I'll take care of this, I promise. Gary needs the show. Gary's going to get the show. I promise I'll go on the whole fucking time. When I see somebody step up like this, when it is, I'm going to put in 2 hours. No. What it is that I'm going to do is I'm going to go as far as I possibly can. All right? Deep gratitude. For now, I found a shortcut with Youngblood, who fucking chooses the seer. Number one, there's like 14 parts to the seer. So what it is that I did is I chose one of the shorter ones. I didn't choose the 13-minute song, but I chose the 6-minute song. And it may get us thrown off, but maybe not. You know what I'm saying? Cowl. We're gonna get it. Dude, rich, poor, it doesn't matter. I get it. I do. I mean, I get it. I spend money on things that matter to me. I give to things that matter to me. If there's a connection there, then I'm doing my job right. Because I'm actively trying to connect with all of you. That's for real. You understand what I'm saying? Destruction makes the world burn brighter. Off pain is beauty. I didn't see it, Keith, but Delaney, take that down. That's going to happen at midnight, all right? Sorry, Cowell, Keith, that's going to happen at midnight. I got you. I got that record. We're going to talk about that record, too, because I'm not sure I like it, but I'll play it. I'm glad you stepped up, man. It just makes me feel good. It makes all of us feel good. You understand what I'm saying? Fucking added a party for everybody. All of us. Me too. What do you think I'm going to do after this song? I'm going to fucking call Bustan. I got to make my order. I got to order my sandwiches. Yeah, Gary, and you matter to me. I'm not just fucking saying that. I know you're new here. It doesn't matter. We're not looking to get to 2,000 patrons just like that. What we're trying to do is we're trying to handpick the right people. We're trying to find the people that fit what we do. We're not trying to blow this up. I'm not interested in fucking blowing it up. You understand? I'm not. All right? The minute it is that you hear anybody say Sam became about the money, Sam sold out, you know what it is that you got to think? You know what it is that they're telling you? What they're telling you is that Sam stopped doing what I liked. That's what they're telling you. I'm never going to sell out a fucking day in my life. Never. Right? You're my clients. I take care of you. You're who I give a shit about. Gary likes himself a nice fucking piece of filet mignon. I'll give him some filet mignon. You worry about that. Hey, FM Gary, do you like Jimi Hendrix? You like Jimi Hendrix Experience? Do you know Fat Mattresses? If you don't know Fat Mattresses, tune in at midnight because I'm going to play some of that shit for you. Don't look it up. Just wait for it, okay? I promise, it's good. Let's get to Youngblood and his fucking 13-minute requests for $2, you fucking stingy cunt. Where are you? Puta, where are you? We'll get the rest of you, promise. We're going to have a good old fucking time tonight. You notice how all of a sudden I'm not worried about playing the next song? I've just calmed down. We got more time. We don't have to rush all of this. We got more fucking time. Right after this, though, you know what I'm going to do? I got to wear a bustan. And then another song. So, bustan order coming up. Here's your song, Youngblood, The Seer. Fucking 14-minute song. Where are you, you chintzy fuck? His camera's off. I can't even insult him. Love you guys.
My light pours out of my mouth. My light pours into your mouth.
have a ride.
You see? Now what we're going to do is we don't have to rush anything anymore. Because we know there's a midnight show, and there will be a midnight show. Gary's got the absolute best attitude. FM Gary. By the way, you know you can change your name to FM Gary, right? This fucking Gary Stephen Norman, it confuses the fuck out of me. Gary Busey, fucking Steven Seagal, and Norman Reedus is who I wind up thinking of. Norman Fell. It's too many television characters to think about. Confuses me. FM Gary. 65, you can still learn. Well, you know, Gary, you know one of the reasons that you're in a good place? Because my favorite music, legit, my favorite music is music from 65 to 75. So that fits right into that fucking wheelhouse of yours. But I like the weirder stuff from that period. So I'll play you music from that period that you probably didn't know, or you might know. Fucking, yeah, exactly. Gary 3 names. See, when Keith tells me Glowing Man is good by Swans, that's the one of the new ones, the comebacks that I don't have. I have this year. I have To Be Kind. Glowing Man has been on my wish list for a while. So when Cowell says it's outstanding, that means I need it. So that means I'm buying it. You know what I'm saying? No, Ed Veenstra, fucking Eddie Windows there. Loudest band when they were young. No, they're still that loud, dude. I saw the Swans during this tour, the Seer. I had earplugs in and my ears were still hurting. So, we're doing real damn good here. Look, I'm going to order my food. And then I come back for for show number 2, midnight show. You'll get at least 2 hours. I can tell you that if we don't get bothered by the copyright police, it's going to be more than 2 hours. All right? I promise I'll do you right. Let me order my food and fuck, I don't have another song queued up, eh? I'm going to have to queue up another song. What I'm going to do is I'm going to queue up the first song on this record right here. I'm just going to drop the needle. I don't even know what it is, but we're going to play it. Yeah, dude, FM Gary is absolutely you. And we'll keep fucking with you about it, too. I mean, we'll keep laughing at you, but we're not laughing at you. You follow what I'm saying to you? So, we got the last song for the break. I got some food to order. That okay by you? Give me just a second. Oh, they better be open. I'll fucking cry if they're not open. Bustan St. Charles. There's an addiction problem. Oh, listen to that. Listen.
Bustan, bonjour.
Hi. Bustan?
Hello?
Hi, what time are you open until?
Hello?
Yo. Hello? Hello? Oh, you cocksucker. I gotta call him back. He didn't hear me. He hung up on me, the cocksucker. Yo, can you hear me?
Yes, hello?
Hi, it's Sam from Vinyl Junkies. How are you?
Good. You, boss?
I'm good. You remember me, right?
Yes, sir.
Are you open until midnight?
Yes, sir.
Dude, you gotta make me some food.
Let's go. Tell me what you want.
I need 2 chicken pitas.
Yeah, you want with the eggplant, pickles.
Yeah?
You put hummus or garlic you?
I put all 3. All 3 sauces. Very important.
Alright, so I'm gonna put this within hummus.
Garlic and hot sauce.
Hot sauce. Then you want pickles.
I want pickle, yeah.
Eggplant.
I want eggplant. Half cabbage.
Half coleslaw.
No tomatoes.
So that's it? That's all you want in the sandwich?
No, hold on. Turnips.
Yeah.
I want turnips and pickles. I want half cabbage. All 3 sauces. And, what's it called? And the eggplants.
Yeah, so hummus, garlic, hot sauce, pickles, eggplants, half the coleslaw, and turnips.
You got it. Then you get me, I'm gonna order 2 bottles to drink type of thing. So, you can charge me for 2 bottles, like plastic bottles. I'll come and pick them up. I'll probably pick up like a Dr. Pepper and, what's it called? A root beer or something.
Alright, man. Perfect. How long do you need?
I'm actually leaving pretty soon. The show's over right now. I'm about to get off. I'll be there in 10-15 minutes.
Perfect. Alright, thank you, man.
Bye. I like it better when the other one fucking calls. Rim. Where's Rim? She was better. No fucking tomatoes, dude. Tomatoes on a sandwich make shit soggy. That's what the problem is. You understand? You have to, especially when you're having that shit delivered. The magic of a Bustan sandwich, the bread is crispy. Everything's fucking crispy. Because they put that bread, they put it on the toast, they put it on the grill. So they fire grill the bread. Everything stays nice. You put a tomato inside, what happens? The tomato gets all fucking soggy. It fucks up the bread. I don't like it. So that's why there's no tomatoes. Yes, the eggplant, they can get greasy. Lots of oil. Doesn't matter. Eggplant oil is delicious. That's the fucking delicious stuff. That's the schmutz. The sauces, you don't know anything, Beano. Silence yourself. The sauces are dry. Perfect. You don't know the fucking thing. Wrong. The wrong tomatoes. No! Fucking Sonora and Dub. The wrong tomatoes. This fucking... hey! It's my sandwich. Wrong tomatoes. You put the right tomatoes in your sandwich. I don't want tomatoes in my sandwich. It's the wrong tomatoes. This guy's trying to sell me on tomatoes now. I'm 50 fucking years old. What, you think I don't know how I like my sandwich? Merda. Alright, listen. One more song. We ordered the sandwiches, dude. I need the fucking sandwiches. This is gonna be a good evening. Sonora and Dub, you're starting to fucking bust my collones. You know that? You're starting to break my collones. Silence yourself. Just for this last song, silence yourself. I'll fucking deal with you at midnight. I've had it with you. Hey, FM Gary. Wiggle the cord, of course. We're getting off in 4 minutes, but I gotta wiggle the cord because everything's fucked up. Alright, one more for FM Gary. Check it. Bafangul. Come on.
naughty child of God. He was walking along the road, and I asked him, tell me, where are you going? He told me. Said, I'm going down to Yesca's farm, gonna join in a rock and roll band. Got to get back to the land, set my soul free. We are stardust, we are golden, we are pure garden, and we got to get ourselves back to the garden. Girl, they cannot wrong beside you. I have come to lose the smile, and I feel myself becoming something turning. And maybe it's the time of year. Yes, and maybe it's the time of man. And I don't know who I am, but life is for learning. We are stardust, we are golden, we are pure and we got to get ourselves back to the We are stardust, we are golden, we are garden, and we got to get ourselves back to the garden. By the time we got to Woodstock, we were heavily strong, and everywhere was the sun and a celebration. And I dreamed I saw the bomb and death planes riding shotgun in the sky, turning into butterflies above our nation. We are stardust, we are golden, we are caught to this party, and we got to get ourselves back to the
Michelle. That's going to be the last one for now. I absolutely saw Band on the Run for $5. I got that one in the chamber. I got to look if I have it. I know that I got Paul McCartney, but I got it scattered all over the place. So I have to see if I can find it. If not, you can pick another song, but I haven't forgotten you, Michelle. Midnight show, man. We're going to do this proper. We're going to have a good time, man. What else do we have? Oh, hey, a little surprise. We fixed a problem. We fixed a big... We can now do this with the voice. We have fixed a problem. Satan! Time to do some cool stack, bitches. See you at midnight. Love you all. See you soon.